Hey, welcome back to BPC. Now we are talking with Carolyn Hawthorn, the communications officer, and we are talking about tvWestern. So let's run through, just so everyone is up to speed. Last night, council meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when we first presented the budget, there was a little bit of a change that said if council approved the budget, the tvWestern fee would be no longer.
That's right.
And last night, as the budget was presented and voted on by council, that motion did go through. So the tvWestern fee is no longer, which in essence closes the doors of tvWestern.
That's right.
Okay, and so now what's going to happen? I mean, let's talk, I guess, about BPC, some of the shows on tvWestern. What is going to happen there?
Yeah, well, BPC has been very closely aligned with the communications officer portfolio for the last couple of years. So there are a lot of steps that have already actually been made to ensure that this program stays as vital and relevant to students as possible. The media commissioner is now a coordinator position. The BPC budget is actually increased to help sort of strengthen it in moving forward to ensure that more students can get involved, and there's the budget backing student involvement. And we're looking to work very closely with the Gazette. There was a 50-cent fee increase earmarked at the Gazette to sort of enhance media journalism at the Gazette. So both parties are going to be sharing the equipment, making sort of capital decisions in regards to new cameras and new equipment that both parties need, and working together to sort of promote a service to students in regards to training and that kind of stuff. And then, of course, my position is ever more geared toward media. So I'm working, well, not me anymore, but the new communications officer is going to be working a lot closer with the IT manager and the IT department to engage students in internship programs and helping find different spots for new programs, new media-focused programs that students bring forward.
That's right, and I want to talk more about that, sort of the opportunity for students. Just to clarify that, we're not getting rid of everything, that there's still absolutely some opportunity.
Absolutely not, yeah. We would never say no to student programming. We always encourage student programming. I think you're an incredible example of that. BPC was your brainchild, and, took a lot of work, but you were given the go-ahead, you were given that yes, and we encourage students, if they have ideas, to, come knock on my door, come knock on your door, and let's make it work. We never say no. We're going to find homes for the programs that are currently under tvWestern, make sure that students know that we're still sort of providing that media-esque opportunity, and the Gazette is continuing to do that as well, because everyone knows that media journalism is that next step for newspaper, print, that kind of thing. So they're moving forward with it, and so are we.
Now, for students that may not be as involved, they may go, well, where did this come from? Maybe address the USC's rationale in terms of eliminating this fee for students in comparison to some of the other services.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of our services on campus, such as WIN, Pride, Ally, Enviro, they have a student fee that's associated with them, but not directly. So students pay their base fee, and a portion of their base fee goes to sort of help out those services. But all of the money goes to that particular service. There's no staff member associated with it. So let's say 25 cents per student goes to Pride. This is just random arbitrary number. Then that full 25 cents per student goes straight into Pride. What was happening with tvWestern was it was a $3.55 cent fee per student, but unfortunately a lot of that money per student was going into a salary, and we weren't able to utilize the majority of the student money into programming
equipment, that sort of thing.
Exactly, so that the majority of students may or may not have been able to sort of grasp what was going on.
Right. So long term, what do you think will be the impact of this whole kind of change, restructuring sort of thing?
Well, it's interesting that question now, because there's a million things that are going on campus, and I think that next year, when things start to find a new home and new opportunities sort of present themselves, and the communications officer next year is really transitioned hard to ensure that student programming and media programming is a vital and important part of their portfolio. I see a lot of really, really cool things happening. I see this particular program growing and engaging more students and providing more opportunities behind the camera, in front of the camera, editing. I think it's going to do a lot of really cool things.
And to clarify, finally, Big Purple Couch is not going anywhere.
It's getting bigger.
Yes, of course. So if there's students out there that want to get involved either at the end of this year or going into next year, you can contact the media commissioner, the comm officer, in terms of getting video stuff going on. Thank you for that clarification.
Anytime. And like I said, pop into my office if you have questions about this particular sort of move forward. If you have suggestions, we're always looking for student input and things like this. It was a council decision, which is a student decision, and we're looking for student input after the fact as well.
Yes. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for clarifying that. Thanks for being cozy on the Big Purple Couch.